a picture of my calendar, because guys, I want you to see like what it looks like when you're going on a run, like what it looks like when you're trying to promote a VP, what it looks like when you're trying to get big, what it looks like when you're trying to hit an income milestone. And that has been what almost every day has looked like over the last 10 days. Monday, Josh, already looks like that. Sunday, I am not even giving people the option to book on Sundays. Like you all know how in the script it says, hey, what's better for you, day or day, right? I have been not even saying Sunday. I've been saying Friday or Saturday or Monday. Like I've been not saying Sundays on purpose, just to intentionally have a slightly lower activity day, just so I can have 5 seconds to breathe myself on Sundays. But we're in the middle of a run, and sometimes you don't get to pick and choose. No, I'll tell you why later. Sometimes you don't get to pick and choose your activity. You just don't. Like if someone's only available on Sunday, sometimes y'all got to do it. Right. And Shelly, yeah, family day for sure. But like I can jump out for 30 to 45 minutes. Not like we're spending every waking second together. Right. And I think sometimes, guys, we have an unrealistic expectation, might not be the right word, but we have an unrealistic standard that we hold ourselves to, where we think that it's going to take a lot less effort than it is. And we also sometimes think that when we're doing, okay, so I'll just use an example actually, and I think this will tell you what I'm trying to say better than me trying to make up something for it. So like, I'll give you like my family, for instance, when we spend like a Sunday together when we were living in Michigan, we'd go over to my grandparents' house at like noon after church. And then Lydia, we would sit around the house for like 4 hours, and then we would eat a meal, and then we would leave and like do nothing of any sort of like relationship building other than just sit there and like frankly complain about the news. Like really, I mean, honestly, like that's really what it was. And Josh, I was like, this just isn't productive. And so I started running appointments on Sundays when I was there. That way I could still be around. My kids are still around. We can still do stuff. We're still getting like lunch together. We're still spending some time together. Yeah, maybe play cards for a little bit of the time. But everyone's drinking and complaining about life. And there's really not generally, not all the time. Sometimes there is, but generally speaking, there's not a whole lot of quality time. Does it make sense? It's quantity time, and it's time spent, which is not a bad thing necessarily. But guys, when you're trying to build something and you're trying to do something special, you don't get the luxury of quantity time. You don't. I'm sorry, I'll say it. And if somebody else in the leadership role wants to tell you otherwise, I'd love to see what they're actually doing. For a season of time, you have to live your life around quality, not quantity time. Someone should write that down. You need to live your life on quality, not quantity time. You don't need to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy on Saturday with your family for them to know that you love them. Right? You could go out to breakfast for 45 minutes and actually ask them how their week is going, and ask them questions like, hey, what went good for you this week? What went bad? What did you learn? What can I be praying for you for? How can I help you? What can I do to make you feel more loved? Right? You ask those 5 questions to any of your children or your spouse, I guarantee you your quality of family life goes up. I promise. Hey, how was your week? Like for real, how was your week? Oh, it was good. No, like actually, how was it? Oh, well, it wasn't that good, right? Everyone says it was good, but then when you actually ask and you figure out they actually hate everything about it. Guys, you have to be okay with spending quality time with your family and your loved ones, and quantity time building the thing that's going to give you more family quantity time later. Does it make sense? Like it requires a little bit of a sacrifice. Nobody ever built anything big. Nobody ever built anything big like by accident in 1 hour a week or even 1 hour a day. Right? Like Josh, earlier, you're talking about like you're running all these appointments in the semi, your schedule's filling up and it's a little bit stressful. Good. That's good. That's how it should be. That means that you're right on the brink of an explosion. I get so stressed and like anxious and almost frustrated when my calendar starts to fill up because there's all these other things that I want to do. There's all these other things that I want to do. And the reality is that I have to make a decision that come hell or high water, I'm building this thing. right? And guys, when you make the decision to go do it and build your business, you're going to start to act like a business owner. A lot of you guys are clocking in and clocking out of Primerica. Right, Crystal, people ask me all the time, like, Dan, what's your schedule look like? Like, when do you do this? And when do you do that? And when are you doing Primerica? Like, I'm never not doing Primerica. Like, I'm always doing Primerica. I might not be running appointments or setting appointments all the time. But last night, I was on my walk for 45 minutes and I called all of our new agents. Every new recruit in the last 22, 23 days, I went through and called them and talked to them for 4 or 5 minutes. Now, not everybody answered, but I called them. And I left a voice message. I sent them a text. I saved them in my phone. I put them in my Reach app so I can stay engaged with them. Why? Because engagement is the word of the month, right? And if we're engaged with our people, you're going to get them to stick more, right? And the only difference between where I'm at and where you're at right now is I have a critical mass of people, Crystal, that's bringing more people. So it's not all up to me, but for a little while, it was all up to me. Honestly, for like a week or two, all it should take, a week or two, it's going to be up to you to drum up activity, to go find people to talk to get recruit appointments, to schedule recruit appointments, to get out of your own damn way and go do what you need to do. After you have 3 or 4 good, solid people, what's going to happen, Ian, is they're going to start putting people on your calendar for you. And you don't have to worry about finding the people anymore. And if you do it the right way, if you help them find people and you help them find people and you help them find people, you have infinite warm leads for the rest of your career in Primerica. You will never have to cold prospect somebody. You'll never make a cold call. You never have to talk to a family member ever again about it if you don't want to. I'm just being honest with you. We always look for the shortcut in things. Right. I think if we're honest, we're like, well, Dan, what's the secret? Like, how much time do I need to spend? However long it takes to get it done. That's how much time. For some of you guys, it's going to be a few years. For some of you guys, it might be a decade. Are you willing to pay the price? Right? Are you willing to show up every day, Crystal, and get better? Lydia, are you willing to do whatever it takes for you to learn what you need to learn so you get comfortable doing it on your own? Right? Are you willing to go sit on appointments with your trainer and get kicked in the mouth by a jerk prospect? Right? Are you willing to have somebody quit on you? Are you willing to have all these different things happen? Because they all are going to happen. Dude, like, there's people in this business that have had regional vice presidents quit on them. Do you understand that? They got to regional vice president, they promoted a regional vice president, and then that RVP quits. Why? It doesn't make any sense, but it happens. And the reality is you have to be prepared and ready for everything that can and will go wrong. You got to be ready for it. And so there's 2 things I want to talk about. Number 1, you need to say what you're going to do. Okay, what do I mean by that? Hey, I'm going to go RVP by September. I'm going to go RVP. That's really short. That's 2 months from now. But that's fine. A couple of you guys have the activity, you could do it. Now you just got to get the licenses and you'll go, right? So I'm going to get to RVP by September, right? I'm going to get to RVP by my birthday. I'm going to get to RVP by the end of the year. I'm going to get to RVP by whatever, right? Great. Awesome. Cool. Do it. How? Say what you're going to do every single day, in the morning and at night. Tell yourself, I'm going to be an RVP. I'm going to be an RVP. And then what does it take to be an RVP? It doesn't take not setting appointments. I promise you that much, right? It takes you being aggressive on your schedule and carving out time. Like, dude, I sent you guys a picture this morning of my second study session at like 6:30 this morning. I was up at 3:45, 3:30, 3:45 studying. The gym at 5, studying again after that. Why? Because I have to pass this test on the 25th. And KJ, it's important to me, right? And so we're going to make it happen. And I'm telling you guys, I am telling you what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go do what I said. Why? Because that's going to give me, Ian, the confidence to know that I do what I say, right? I think a lot of times we look for the shortcut in personal development. We look for the shortcut in growth. We look for the shortcut in things that are going to get us to where we're trying to go. It really boils down to you say what you're going to do, and then you do what you say, and you start to build confidence. That's the only way you build self-confidence. Right? Let me say that one more time. So the only way that you're going to build self-confidence is you say what you're going to do, and then you do what you say. And the reality is, I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be an RVP by, like, KJ, I'll pick on you because I just saw it go through the chat. So I'm going to be an RVP by November 5th. That's awesome. But what if you're not? Are you going to see RVP through? Are you going to get to RVP in December or January? Because at the end of the day, saying what you're going to do is great. It's a target. It's a goal. The reality is sometimes we underestimate how long goals take. I think you could be an RVP faster than that. I really do. But if it takes you a little bit longer, are you willing to wait till next November to get to RVP, or November of 2027? Is that a price that you're willing to pay? You just have to decide that this is something that you want. Every single one of you guys, right? What am I willing to pay? What's the price? So the exercise I want you guys to do today, I've had a couple of you do this before. I don't know if you've done it or not, but I'm going to ask you all to do this today. What I want you to do is on a list of paper, or on a list, like a piece of paper like this, I want you guys to list out all of the things that you think it might take in order for you to win here. All of the hard stuff you might have to go through, right? Somebody quitting on you, getting, having a $10,000 chargeback balance, right? Like, what are some of the things that you think you might have to face? Failing a test a few times, right? Having somebody quit, like having a friend walk away from you because they don't want to support your business or whatever it might be. What are all the different things that you might have to go through? Shelly, you should do this before you, or while you're on the plane. What are all the different, list out everything that you think you might have to go through? All the personal growth, all the tough stuff, all the crap, right? And then at the end of that, once you've exhausted that list, you'll have 50, 60, 70, 100 things on there that you come up with over the course of some time. Like, for real, exhaust the list as much as you can. Health issues, family member passing away, family health issues, like just everything you can think of, write them down. What are some tough things that you're going to have to go through in order for you to win here? And then when you're done with that list and you've exhausted the list, if you're willing to pay that price, if you're willing to go through all of that tough stuff, you just sign that paper. Because now, Lydia, nothing is a surprise, right? You already know it's coming, right? Like, Ian, you know someone's going to quit on you. You know that somebody's going to tell you you're crazy. You know someone's going to call it a pyramid, whatever. Like, who cares? Like, you've already set the standard in your head that you're going to walk through whatever it takes for you to win. And are you willing to do that? Are you willing to take 3 months of no income, right? Like, I'll just be honest, you get into a bad chargeback balance, your activity drops, your income drops. It does. Are you ready to face that? Are you mentally strong enough to face that? Are you willing to go through it? Dude, I don't know anybody in Primerica that's made it big in Primerica and not had struggles and not been, just got their ass kicked at one point in the business. It just hasn't happened. It's not possible, because you don't know what you don't know. There's no, in my opinion, there's no more powerful statement than that. You really just don't know what you don't know. Like, you don't know what's coming around the corner. And I'm not saying that to scare you from getting big in Primerica. I'm saying that to get you ready for, like, you're going to have to face a boss at every level. Like, it is what it is. It's a freaking video game. Like, the world is like that. And it's mostly mental. You're usually going to run into some stupid person that's going to say some dumbass comment, and it's going to throw you off for a month. All right? It is what it is. You just got to be ready to face it. And I just want to challenge you guys. Say what you're going to do. Write out your goals. Actually write out your goals every day, a couple times a day. And then work your ass off to make it happen. And don't stop until you're there. And be willing to pay the price. Guys, because I'll tell you, nothing feels better than hitting a goal that you've worked hard for, even if it takes longer than it should. Not one thing feels better than that, guys. I'm telling you. Like, you'll be so proud of yourself when you get to the point that you're hitting these goals, or you finally get your RVP promotion, right? Even if it takes you a couple of months longer than you think it does, or it should. Right, guys? And we just got to be willing and ready to fight for what it is that we're wanting to have, right? You have to be willing to drive your activity through the freaking roof to be able to get to where you're trying to go, guys. And I hope that is helpful. I hope that to somebody on this call this morning that's encouraging. And I really just felt like we needed to kind of go there this morning, because guys, look, like it's time that we just take the freaking governor off this thing and just let it rip, guys. Like I'm telling you, it's time to make it happen. There's so many people that are 60 days away from getting to RVP and really locking in on getting those, really locking in on getting your securities licenses so you can get promoted, guys. And we finally broke 150 on the docks. So if this is a real 150, right? If this is a real 150, what you guys are going to start to see is about to be crazy. You're going to start to see people just absolutely crush it and get promoted. You're going to start to see premium like you wouldn't believe. And those of you that took it seriously and are getting your docs to a whole nother level and a whole nother color that isn't gray, y'all are going to start to see some crazy stuff happen. And I promise you it's going to be worth it. And so guys, I want to know, what are you closing today? Okay. What are you closing today? And when are you going to be out of the gray on the docs? That's all. I don't need an explanation of I got 19 things and 3 FNAs that are going to be life apps. I don't need to hear it. Like I'm 3 by 2 and I'm going to be out of the gray by what day? That's all I want to know. So I'm at 53. I am 5 by 3 and 2 or 5 by 3, excuse me, and 5 orientations today, excuse me. And I'm out of the gray, so I'm safe. Josh, 44. What do you got today?
Dude, I got 2 kitchen tables, 3 recruit appointments. I'm closing at least 1 by 1.
Awesome. And you're out of the gray too. Great job, bro. Super proud of you driving your activity, man. Just keep like your job is going to be your governor right now. So do not allow it to slow you down. Dish out appointments if you need help. Like call me. I can help you strategize some other stuff too if you can't get the help in the leadership chat. Those of you that have 6, 5, 6, 7 appointments, 8 appointments, whatever. Like if you have lower appointments and you see people that have higher activity that need help, please help them. Please pick up those appointments. Please help them out. Okay, it's going to get you practice and skills, and then hopefully it puts a fire under your ass to go get your docs to where they need to be. Karen, 24.
I have 9 recruit appointments today, and I'll stay in the green.
9 recruits staying in the green. Cass, 14.
I have 6 by 2 today.
6 by 2. Awesome. When are you getting out of the gray?
Tomorrow.
All right. So that means you got to set at least 9 appointments today also.
Heard.
You're dropping off 8, so you need 15 to get out of the gray, or to get into the yellow. So we got to set 9 today. Jenna, 14.
I have 4 kitchen tables and 1 recruit, and then 1 policy delivery.
Nice. So 1 by 5. So you got to set. When are you getting out of the gray?
How much do I need to get out of the gray?
15. 1 more than what you have right now, but you're going to lose 6 today.
Okay.
So you need to set 7. So when are you getting out of the gray?
Today.
Awesome. And Brian, 9.
I 1 recruit today, and I'll be out of the gray this weekend.
Awesome, bro. Great job. Hey, when's your 6? Do you know yet?
No,
you're doing your fingerprints today, right?
Yeah, I'm doing my fingerprints at 11:30.
When are you trying to take that?
I was trying to take it on Thursday before I hop on the plane.
Awesome. If you are not able to take it then, try to take it on Friday. There's a testing center pretty close to Lakeland. If you're like ready to test, do it. Like do it while you're down here if you can, if you need to.
Okay.
Because you're not going to study at all this weekend, probably. It's going to be crazy. So, or next weekend. So
right.
Try to get it done before if you can. If it doesn't work out, then don't stress on it. But if you can, try for sure. Angie, 7.
So I have 1 recruit today, and I'm going to be out of the gray by Monday.
Out of the gray Monday. Awesome. And then L, 5.
I have 2 recruits and then carry back for KT. And I'll be out of the gray by, I'll say, before TBLS for sure.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Hey guys, go get after it today. We're like right at the start of month end right now. We got about 10 days till the month ends. The Primerica month, not the calendar month, right? It's about 10, 11 days until month end. Every single one of you should get 1 or 2 promotions, except for like Josh, Cass, Karen, those of you that are senior regional leaders and can't get promoted right now. Well, Cassie, you should, but everybody else, you're not quite there yet. But every single other person on this call right now, figure out what it takes for you to get promoted and go make it happen. You have 11 days. You could move a freaking mountain in 11 days. I believe you could get, if you're not licensed right now, I believe you get the senior regional leader in 11 days. I really do. Make it happen, guys. Love you guys.